Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is your man, Big B, Brian Hanley. Welcome to Steelers Almighty. This is our pre-game playoff edition. Pittsburgh Steelers going to Baltimore tonight to take on those nasty Baltimore Ravens. In my opinion, I've said it before. I'll say it again. I think this is the ideal matchup for the Steelers. We know we have to be at our best. We understand who the opponent is. It's not somebody that we don't play that often. Super familiar with them. We've beat them already one time this season, regardless of how we did it or how you think we did it. We actually beat them this season. I think this is the best matchup. I know playing Houston may have been easier, but you know what? If we're trying to win a Super Bowl, then you got to beat everybody. Okay, so we got to beat the Ravens. It is what it is. I like the matchup. Let's go from there. Appreciate everybody being in here, man. Thank you guys again, as always. Remember, 15 minutes after the game, we are going to be right back here getting this thing going. So appreciate you guys, as always. Remember, memberships also. The full tier, obviously the Hall of Fame tier, we get the live game. We're going to be doing live stream again tonight of the game. So make sure you guys get signed up. If you're not already a member, make sure you get signed up to be a member of Steelers Almighty. A ton of stuff is coming out. It's already out. Even more is going to be coming out for you guys. So appreciate it. Let's get into this, man. So first things first, we got to be able to beat the Ravens at their own game. And at their own game, what I mean by that is physicality. The Steelers have to match the physicality of the Ravens. We've got to play physical. If we're not going to do that, then we don't have a chance. If we're going to let Derrick Henry run for another 150, 160 yards like he did the last time, then we don't have a shot. Now, here's the one thing that I would say to you guys is everything's in context. You know me. I'm a big context person. For instance, if the second run of the game, Derrick Henry runs for like an 82-yard touchdown or something like that, and then the rest of the game he gets 40 yards rushing, well, that's different than he just pounded us for 7 yards, 9 yards, 12 yards, 11 yards, 6 yards. It's totally different. Totally different. So keep that in mind when we're talking about this yardage. Sometimes it's how they are getting the yardage, because if he's just constantly just wearing us down, this is where me and Big G differ, because Big G says that Derrick Henry doesn't like to get hit. I think that's totally false. I think Derrick Henry gets better as the game goes on. He's a huge back. He runs hard. And our thing is we just have to continue to hit him. That doesn't mean he's necessarily going to wear down. It just means we have to continue to tackle him, because if you stop him, what stops the Ravens from running the ball is themselves. They will get out of running the football if you just continuously stop the run. They'll eventually stop running it, which is to our advantage. They'll stop. So I think that is a huge factor as far as some of the matchups in this game tonight, is the Steelers got to stop Derrick Henry. Because I think we stopped Lamar. We figured out, don't let him out of the pocket, get pressure up the middle, and you can stop Lamar from running. The Steelers have been able to do that throughout his career playing against him. So if you can continue to do that, you got a chance. Look, Zay Flowers. Nobody likes to see anybody get hurt. Nobody is saying, oh, man, we're glad that Zay Flowers is hurt. I haven't heard any sane person say that. But him being hurt, it allows the Steelers to do some things to be able to stop them. For instance, you can put JPJ on Bateman. But my thing is, people have said, well, just have him follow him around. I'm like, is Bateman really that good where you have to just say, you know what, we're going to have JPJ just follow him everywhere? Is he really that good that we don't trust the corner on the opposite side to be able to cover him? I don't know that he is. I just don't know. I just don't know. I think you start out trusting your guys. Now, if it starts to get away from us, then, okay, you can make that adjustment. But I don't think that would be the game plan early is to just say, okay, we're going to put JPJ on Bateman no matter where he goes. I would be more in tune to say, JPJ, you follow Mark Andrews around before I am Bateman. And I'm not saying Bateman's not a good receiver. I'm not saying anything like that at all. I'm just telling you what I would do. I fear Mark Andrews and Likely more than I do Bateman. That's just my personal opinion. A couple of you guys have said in the chat, again, if you want your question, a rant, or statement up on the screen, you know exactly how to do that. Super chats are wide open. And you will go right to the front of the line. But I'm more fearful of both Andrews and Likely than I am of Bateman. That's just me personally. Now, look, Bateman may come out and have 8 catches for 125 yards tonight. Okay, fine. Then he just beat us. But I would say make him beat us. Make Rashad Bateman beat us. If he does, then we're not supposed to win this game. I'll just say that right now. If Rashad Bateman goes out and dominates this football game, well, the Steelers had no chance. They had no chance. That's my personal opinion, man. I don't think that you can go into a game saying, you know what, we're going to take away Bateman and you know, figure out what to do with Andrews and Likely. I think that would be an absolute nightmare strategy. Now, we've seen some bad strategies by the Steelers defense here recently. I mean, whoever idea it was to put freaking Corey Trice Jr. man-to-man, one-on-one without help against Jamar Chase, I mean, we saw that happen. It was insane. So it's not like we haven't come and seen some bad plans from the Steelers here recently. But that would be my game plan. Let's go that route. Stop the run, stop the tight ends, and if Bateman beats us, then damn it, he just does. He just does. Put a ton of pressure on Lamar. Put some real game pressure on him. And then on offense, I'm going to tell you guys this right now. We're going to live stream the game tonight, just so you guys know. Make sure you guys show up. We're going to stream it. Again, we're going to stream it. If we come out and run, pass, y'all might have to turn the live stream off because I promise I'm going to break my screen. I'm going to break my screen. I am done with the run, pass. I'm over it. I'm over it. So we got to open up the playbook. Yes, absolutely. My man Joe says we're about to open the playbook. We have to. By the way, are we going to see any of Justin Fields? I mean, the last time we beat the Ravens, we had Justin Fields was out there. I think he's got to play at least 15 snaps. At least. Why not? Why? Like, seriously, why not? We don't owe Russell Wilson anything. Like, Russell Wilson isn't owed anything by the Steelers. Like, he hasn't earned up any cachet to say, oh, well, I've earned the right to do. You know, he hadn't earned the right to do anything. So, no, our job is to go win a football game. That's it. By any means necessary, win a football game. So we don't owe Russ anything. We just don't. Some people are saying, well, Russ deserves to be. No, Russell Wilson doesn't deserve to do anything in Pittsburgh. Okay? Russell Wilson has a 6-4 record as a starter as the Pittsburgh Steelers quarterback. You know who had a better record than that? Mason Rudolph. You know, Duck Hodges had close to the same record. Don't give me Russell Wilson what he's done. So there ain't nothing to it. The bottom line is we got to see something different. We got to see something different. We got to see some play action. You know what? We're just going to throw the ball down the field. We're going to throw the ball down the middle of the field. Pat Freiermuth needs to be a monster in this game. Calvin Austin needs to be a monster. And as far as George Pickens is concerned, just throw the guy the ball. Give him 15 targets. Just give him 15 targets. And let's just see what happens. Let's see what happens. Don't give him 5 or 6 targets. No. I'm tired of, well, this is our best offensive weapon. Well, how many teams across the league have an offensive weapon that gets between 4 and 6 targets a game? I mean, just Seriously. When their number one option is on the outside, you're giving them 4 to 6 targets. That's not enough. That's just not enough. And I don't care that they're rolling coverage. I don't care about any of that. 4 to 6 targets is not enough. And even if they are rolling coverage to them, you got to be able to design plays, run some short crossing routes, something to get that man the football. That's all I'm saying. So it's time. It's time. So we'll see. Yeah, Fields should be the QB on all first downs. I don't know. No. That doesn't make sense. That doesn't make sense. We don't need Fields to be the QB on all first. Again, if we're talking about imagination and creativity and predictability, why would we pigeonhole ourselves to say, well, nope, Justin Fields has to be the quarterback on every first down? No, that doesn't make any sense. No. Nope. There's a time and a place for Fields. I do think that he gets 15 snaps. I do think that if you don't give him a series, that, yeah, maybe he stays in multiple plays. I do believe that. I'm with that. Because, again, for all the Russ people out there that want to defend Russ no matter what, and they've been all over our channel here recently, no matter what, it's not Russ's fault. Okay, that's fine. I don't believe that, but okay, everybody's entitled to their own opinion. But Russ hasn't done. I'm not defending him. I told y'all that last week. I'm no more defending Russell Wilson. No more. I'm going to root for him to do well, but when I see him playing bad, it is what it is. I've always done that, but at least I could tell you that, well, he's the better option at quarterback throwing the football. I'm no longer going to say that because Russ isn't seeing the field. And if you're not going to see the field and throw the ball where it needs to go, then it doesn't matter whether you're a better thrower of the football because you ain't getting the ball to where it needs to go. Period. End of story. So let me see. My man Big Bird, what's going on, man? We appreciate you. We appreciate you. Again, man, anybody who wants to get their comment, question, all that good stuff up, super chats are wide open. You know exactly how to do it. You will go right to the front of the line. So basically, we have to stop the run. We got to stop the run. And also, I think the Steelers got to be able to run the football. I know Baltimore is really good at stopping the run, but I think we got to run it. I think we got to run for at least 120 yards to win the game. Now, again, you know, I'm a big context guy. Now, if the Steelers go out and throw for 375 and they win, then okay, fine. We didn't necessarily have to run for 125. But if we're just talking about an even balance of a game, the Steelers got to run for at least 125 yards in this football game and average 4 or more yards a carry. We can't get to 125 yards with 40 carries, okay? No. Okay? We got to average more. We also got to get after Lamar. We got to get him on the ground at least twice. At least twice we got to get him on the ground. Got to get at least 2 turnovers. That's a possibility. We got to get at least 2 turnovers. Get him on the ground. Get 2 turnovers, however they come. Interceptions, fumbles, whatever. Give me 2 turnovers. Also think we got to get to at least 24 points. If the Steelers can get to 24 points, I think that puts real game pressure. Now, if the game's a blowout, you know, and they got 45 points on us or something, that's something different. Again, context. But I think we got a shot. So, yeah, we got to get after Henry. We got to get after him early. We got to get after him late. It doesn't matter. We just need to shut Derrick Henry down, make that a priority. Somebody that's got to show up big in this game, Keanu Benton. Haven't said him a whole lot this year. Doesn't necessarily mean that he's played bad, but not a lot of splash plays. Made one last week. I think Keanu Benton's got to play big this week. I think he's got to cause havoc inside. can't give up gaps, can't get pushed out of holes. Just has to be the big physical dude. And I know he's playing out of position. He is not a nose tackle. That is not his natural position. It isn't. But he's got to be that for the Steelers. He's got to be that. Why 24 points? The reason I say 24 points because if the Steelers get that in an open offense and our defense is doing its thing, I don't think the Ravens will be able to get there. That's what I think. I think with the weather the way that it's going to be and the type of football game that it's going to be, if the Steelers can get to 24 points, I think that'll be enough. Now, again, if the score after 3 quarters is 31-7 and we're down 31-7 and we get to 24, that's something different. So hopefully you guys will keep it all in context. So hopefully you do. My man Andrew Silva, appreciate you. Our first super chat. He said Warren and Harris game today. Is Pickens going to show up? I think they got to throw the ball to Pickens a ton. I think we got to give Pickens 15 targets today. Force the football to him. Force it to him. Give him a chance. Throw it, even when he's covered. You know his catch radius. Throw it high. Throw it wide. Whatever. Force the football to him. And tell him, hey, man, all this half-stepping on routes on the backside, if you aren't the primary read on a pass play, I need you to be going full speed because if they're not open immediately, I am throwing the football to you. So we need you today. What are you going to do? By the way, George Pickens, you're about to start commanding some money here. You want to go get paid? People get paid because of what they can do in the playoffs. People's reputations are built in the playoffs. Now, he's got to have some help with that. He needs his quarterback and he needs his play caller. But if the Steelers are smart, and we've seen evidence that they're not that smart on the offensive side or any side, I force feed Pickens. Is Jaylen Warren, Najee Harris, Pickens, Freiermuth. Not necessarily in that order either. And if you are asking me what order, I say it's Pickens, Freiermuth, Warren, and Harris today. And I'm not leaving Calvin Austin out. I only put those 4 in there because I think Calvin Austin can have a huge game today. A huge game today. That's what I believe. So that's 100% what I believe. It's Juju with the super chat. Rappaport just now reported Arthur Smith has prepared packages for Fields today. I mean, I don't think that's breaking news, though, because I think when Justin Fields is healthy, they've always had packages for him every week. So I don't think that's necessarily breaking news. What I do believe is I think we're going to see it, and I think we're going to see it early and often. That's what I think. I think we are going to early and often we're going to see Justin Fields. And when I say early, the Steelers' first drive, Justin Fields gets on the football field. I'm not saying he's going to start the game, but Steelers' first drive, and if it's not a 3 and out, hell, depending on the first play, let's say it's 2nd and 4, Justin Fields might come onto the football field. That's where I'm at with it. That's where I'm at with it, man. It's time to go. Let out all the stops. If I'm Arthur Smith, it's like, what do I have to lose? Is Mike Tomlin going to fire me after a year? Maybe he will, maybe he won't. I don't know. But if I'm going to go down with the ship, then I'm not going to go down with guns in the chamber. I'm shooting all bullets today if I'm Arthur Smith. Yeah, Mike Tomlin, I know you want me to play a conservative game plan. No, we're not going to do that today, brother. Nope. We're going to let all the bullets go. Just keeping our hand down on the hammer. Period. End of story. Period. End of story. So, and I just hope that that's what we do. I have no evidence. I have no proof. I have none of that to say that that's what the Steelers are going to do. None of that tells me that. We've done nothing all year that says that that's what we're going to do. Hell, Mike Tomlin even came out and basically said, yeah, we don't want to throw it. We don't want to risk throwing the football because it's obviously more risky than running it, and that's a component of keeping the ball. And I'm just like, I can't defend that anymore with Mike Tomlin. I just can't. Look, if I'm not going to be anything, Steelers Almighty is going to be a channel of the damn truth. And when Tomlin's wrong, he's wrong. When he's right. And telling me that you won't throw the ball because you want to be more conservative with the way the NFL rules are today, give me a break. It's time to throw the football. It's time. It's time to cut it loose, man. It's just time to cut it loose. So if they fire or if they lose today, you're going to fire Arthur Smith. Tomlin can't. Here's the thing about that. A lot of people are saying that is that the Steelers need to fire Arthur Smith. I believe that Arthur Smith has more in his offensive playbook and his offensive mind than what he is being allowed to show. That's what I believe. I believe that. I believe he's got more, but Mike Tomlin holds him back and won't let him unleash it. Well, if I'm Arthur Smith, I'm pretty sure Arthur Smith can go somewhere else and get a job if he really wanted to. I think he's like, you know what? I can't do the things that I want to do. These are the playoffs. If you're going to fire me, fine. I'm not going to sit here and just go down with the ship, with half my ammunition still in the bag. Not only in the bag, I didn't even get to load it into my gun. It's just sitting into the bag because you told me I don't need those bullets or I can't use those bullets. Not that I don't need them, that I can't use them. No, I think it's time. Here's the thing. The Ravens have a better roster than the Steelers. They have the better matchups than the Steelers. This is a game. It's on the road. Everything says Baltimore should win. So why not go out and play loose? Why not go out and play free? Why not go out and say, you know what? If they're going to beat us, let them beat us doing the stuff that we know we can do. They're going to have to beat everything, not just us playing conservative football, running it, throw, running it, throw. And on defense, put 8 in the box, stop Henry. Man up on the outside, bring zone blitzes, do a bunch of stuff that you just haven't done all year. Bring Minkah on blitzes. Bring a corner blitz. Do something out of the ordinary to say, you know what? If you're going to beat us, you're going to beat us with everything that we've got. And if it isn't good enough, as a Steeler fan, I'll live with it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to be happy that the Steelers lost, but I'll be able to at least live with the Steelers losing if we go out and we empty everything. But if we lose and we play conservative football and we never do, then I'm going to be pissed off. Because then I'm like, well, we didn't even try. What are we doing? So that's just me. I can't stand conservative football, which probably means I can't stand the way that Mike Tomlin coaches, and you would be right. I'm just not necessarily ready to say that Tomlin needs to be fired. But I'm not going to be mad at people that say that, though. So, question, how should they use Williams? Well, here's my thing about Mike Williams. Is Mike Williams capable of running other routes effectively other than a go route? Like, is he capable of running a slant, a post, a crossing route, a dig, an out route? If he is, then you got to use him that way. And so that's all I would say about Mike Williams. It would seem that he's not capable of running multiple routes. So At least the Steelers haven't used him that way. And it seems the same way with George Pickens. So, but you remember the quick slants and the post and all that stuff that Pickens ran last year? We haven't seen any of that this year, have we? Like we've seen stop routes and go routes, maybe a flag here or there. But like, where's the quick slants? Where's the crossing routes? Where is all that stuff with George Pickens? We haven't seen any of that. Now, some people will say, well, Russ just isn't throwing him the ball. And you're right. Last game, we showed you a couple times Pickens running a crossing route, quick slant, and he's open. And Russ is looking the other direction, looking at Van Jefferson, for crying out loud. Just, ugh. Yes. The use of personnel has been bizarre. It has been bizarre. Absolutely, it's been bizarre. So, just as a reminder, you guys, if you guys are not signed up to be members of Steelers Almighty, make sure that you do. There is a link that you can click that's at the top of the chat. So make sure you click on that. We got several different tiers for you guys to join. We got a lot of content and information that we're giving out to our members right now. So make sure that you guys go and sign up. Obviously, the higher the tier, the more content and information that you guys are getting for us. So make sure you guys go sign up if you haven't already. Also, there's a link to join on the front of the Steelers Almighty page. So make sure you guys do that. And as a reminder, 15 minutes after the game today, we will be right back here live talking to you about exactly what happened with the game. So appreciate you guys showing up, man. Thank you. Wanted to get this one over and in early. Games are coming on. I know we play late, but I wanted to talk to you guys early about what we see. So what up, Mel? So we'll see what's happening. Can we shock the world today? Yeah. I'm not predicting it, but yeah. The Steelers can win this football game. Absolutely. Again, stop Derrick Henry. Stop the tight ends. Play a wide open type of game on offense. Get a couple of turnovers. The Steelers win. Now, that's asking a lot. But didn't we do that earlier in the season to beat them? We stopped Derrick Henry. And when we stopped him early, they kind of stopped themselves. So you stop Derrick Henry. Okay. You get a couple of turnovers. Okay. You stop their tight ends. All these things we're capable of doing. It's not like we're asking the impossible. This is not, this is impossible to do. So it's not that at all. So, yeah, it's possible. Play an open style of game, all possible. My man Ralph said Pickens needs 26 looks. I went 15. I didn't quite go 26. I said 15, but if it's 26, okay. Okay. Mr. Alonzo Dunn, how's it going? So, no problem, man. We got you covered, Mr. Dunn. Alonzo Dunn is a huge supporter of the channel, man. Huge supporter. But he's on the road. Can't engage. So, you're exactly right. He's saying we know how to beat the Birds. We do know. We do know how to beat them. I mean, like I said, it's not rocket science, and it's not unattainable. But Mr. Dunn is also a member, people. So if you're wondering why I brought up his, without him giving a super chat or anything, it's because he is a member and he is a huge supporter of this channel. But he's on the road today. So, but we'll see. Rocket science is out the window tonight. Just get it done for Steeler Nation. Hey, bro, you're preaching to the choir. Just go win a football game. We beat the Ravens earlier this year by kicking 6 field goals. If we got to kick 20 field goals to win the game, I'll be all with it. I'll be all with it. Our man Joe, welcome to Tier 2. We appreciate you, Joe. Thank you for your support. New member, people. Our man Joe on Tier 2. We appreciate it, man. Thank you. My man Robert says, Brian, I believe the score is going to be Steelers 27, Baltimore 17. What do you think about my predictions? I'm sorry. I predicted something the exact opposite. I said that Baltimore is going to blow us out, 37-17. I absolutely believe so. That's my prediction. But I think the Steelers can win. And my philosophy on that is I've been predicting the Steelers to win every game this year. Down the stretch, it's gotten worse, so I'm flipping it up. Maybe I'm the jinx. Man, Alonzo Dunn, again, longtime supporter of the channel, as long as we have been, because we haven't been around a year yet. He says, win. Thank you for the super chat, Mr. Dunn. We appreciate you. Win. So, man, Joe, he says, with Uno, no Zay kills them. I don't think not having Zay Flowers kills them. You got to remember, Lamar Jackson's pretty good. So let's not just say, well, Zay Flowers isn't there, their offense is going to be finished. I mean, I don't believe that. I mean, Mark Andrews, David Likely, Derrick Henry, Rashard Bateman, those guys are pretty good. And so not having Flowers is a huge blow. Don't get me wrong. But you forgot the quarterback that they have on their team is pretty good. He's pretty good, man. So, and no, they can't stretch the field. I get it. They can't stretch the field. I totally understand. But we'll see. We'll see. It would be, I mean, they're going to be hampered not having Zay Flowers, obviously, not having him available. But we'll see what happens. We'll see what kind of game plan the Steelers come up with. I think it's just got to – I think that Peyton Wilson and Patrick Queen got to have the games of their life, stopping the run and stopping those tight ends. I think Minkah Fitzpatrick, either him or Deshaun Elliott, I would invert them if I was the Steelers this week. Put Minkah down closer to the box and let him cover Andrews. Put Minkah down closer to the box, let him cover Andrews, and also tackle Derrick Henry. That's what I would do. And put Deshaun Elliott back. Have him be the single high safety. Because while Elliott's good, his specialty isn't coverage. Minkah's better at covering. Let him do that. That would be my plan. So, and somebody else has got to cover likely either Queen, and obviously it depends on the personnel group. I think somebody else that's going to have to play big in this game is Beanie Bishop. Because Beanie Bishop, even though they haven't given him a ton of minutes here lately, I think Beanie Bishop is one of those guys that is going to get matched up with a Likely or an Andrews from time to time if he's out there. Cam Sutton may be the same way. Man, Joe, personally, I think is if Likely has a big game, that's our death. I mean, you wouldn't be wrong. You wouldn't be, because my thing is Likely is going to be a second or third option for them. You know, I remember at the beginning of the year when Likely had that big game against the Chiefs, it was because the Chiefs prioritized, he was like the fourth guy that they prioritized. It ain't never changed. So Likely was the guy that was open. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. Yeah, I would invert. We're paying Minkah all this money. If we're paying him all this money, then it's time. If we're paying him all this money, okay, go earn your keep, Minkah. You got to cover Andrews today. You got to stop the run, and you got to cover Andrews. So That's what an $18 million safety looks like, in my opinion. An $18 million a year safety says, I can stop your running back and I can also cover your tight end. Just my opinion. Maybe I'm wrong, maybe I'm right, but I think I'm right. I think I'm right. So that's, I'm not sure. People say that I bag on Minkah a lot. I don't think I do. I think I just call it like I see it. That we're paying Minkah $18 million to be the guy, the last line of defense. I don't need the last line of defense to make $18 million. The guy that I'm paying $18 million needs to be doing multiple things and things that I notice on a game-to-game basis, not just, oh, yeah, well, he was in the right position. Yeah, he stopped the guy from getting a 60-yard touchdown. I can pay somebody $2 million to do that. I need the guy I'm paying $18 million to make some splash plays, be up near the line of scrimmage, causing havoc. And here's his chance. Now, again, he can only do what the coaches are asking him to do, because he's not Troy Polamalu, who, yeah, they may be saying, Troy, you need to do this, but Troy improvised and went off on his own and then wrecked a play either by getting in the backfield, intercepting a pass, a sack, something. Minkah's not the same guy. We don't say he has to be the same guy, but I need more from my $18 million. I'm sorry. I just do. I need more. And Bubba Gaming saying kind of like Troy did. Damn right. Troy Polamalu stuffed your running back and covered your tight end. And then when you weren't paying attention, he snuck in the backfield and hit your quarterback. I'm not saying Minkah needs to do all that. I'm not saying he's got the same skill set or is the same caliber player. All I'm saying is for games like today, Minkah has to go show that, you know what, you're paying me $18 million. I don't need to be the last line of defense, man. Somebody else can do that. Not today. I got to do something else. I need to be more involved. I need to be involved. So, Mr. Woody says Troy was an all-time great, but Minkah, is a nice player. He needs to do more. Yes. He needs to do more. But again, I think Minkah's just, and he said it in a couple of interviews, if you guys have seen it, he said it, I'm not playing bad. I'm just doing what the coaches are asking me to do. And he is. But that's part of the problem. Paying $18 million just to be a guy that's the last line of defense. I don't agree with that strategy, not even a little bit. Not even a little bit. Because you can spend that money other places. Go get you a big-time corner, a big-time receiver, another lineman, a D-line, something. So, either way, that's kind of where I'm at with it, man. I like what we got to do. Let me do this before we sign off on here. Where's everybody calling from, man? Where are you calling from? I'll go first. I'm calling from Frisco, Texas, which is north of Dallas. We still got snow on the ground, man. I haven't been able to leave my house in 2 days. I can't stand it. I think I'm just going to go out and drive around today for a little bit just for the hell of it. So where's everybody calling from? Let's sign on. Atlanta, Reginald, y'all got snow down there too. I'm going to say, Reginald, you know about snow. You're in Atlanta, Georgia. You're in Atlanta, Georgia. Y'all got a ton of snow down there right now. South Carolina, Florida, Charlotte. Our man Joe. PA, South Carolina, Auburn, New York, Cali. Hope you're doing good in Cali, Mr. Juju. Hope them fires, I don't know where you're at in Cali, but I hope them fires aren't affecting you. You talk about crazy. That shit is crazy. Lord have mercy. Pittsburgh, PA, Raleigh, North Carolina. Fields is the man. Let him roll. I agree. Signing off from Florida. We appreciate you, Mel. Thank you. Nassau, Bahamas. Damn right. The Bahamas. I need to get back to the Bahamas. I love the Bahamas. It was great. I'm in the Bay. Ah, gotcha. Yeah, man, that stuff going on in California right now is nuts. Unbelievable. Grandpa's at those fires. God bless him, man. God bless him. Little Rock, Arkansas. North Cali for our West Coast Berg. Yeah, it's a lot down there. I've got a couple relatives that are down there right now. They don't live in that area, but they see the smoke and the smog and all that stuff. It's ugh. And I'm not getting into the political side of it, so please, nobody start talking about that because I literally don't care about any of the politicized. I just know that people are losing everything. Their houses, yeah. And it ain't, I mean, it's big houses. So, last game versus the Ravens, no Pickens, Elliott, Jackson, or Porter most of the game. You're exactly right. I will bring this up. That is exactly it. We got some subscribers coming in, so I appreciate that. Make sure if you guys are in and you haven't subscribed, make sure you guys have subscribed. Make sure you go and do that. Also, make sure you become a member. We appreciate that. Memberships are open now. Been open for a little less than 2 weeks, so got a ton of stuff over there. Cleveland, Ohio. Yeah, you're right, Reginald. Pray for California. Could have been any of us. Damn right. Damn right. Same thing with all that flooding that was going on from the hurricanes on the East Coast. Now we got fires on the West Coast. It's a mess. And tornadoes, when they happen here, it's just, and there's nothing you can do about it. So, look at our man Joe. Home of Ty Law, Sean Gilbert, Darrell Rivas, and Mike Ditka. Interesting. Harrisburg, PA. Let me get those predictions on the score before we sign off, people. What are we doing today? What are the Steelers doing today? Are we going to win? Do we got to win in us today? Like, do we got something? And are we ready to win? Are we ready to win? Are we ready to win, people? Are we ready to go to Baltimore and win? Huh? Or are we just going down there to go through the motions? Are we just going down there to go through the motions? Or are we trying to do something today? Are we trying to do something today? Or are we, we just backed in. We don't want to win. We're going to play conservative. Is that what they're going to bring us today, or are we going to win? My thing is, if we go and we play physical and we're aggressive on both sides of the football, I think the Steelers win the football game. I really, really do. I just don't trust that that's the game plan. But if that's the game plan and the Steelers throw caution to the wind and say, let's just go win and go play a football game and go win it. Because let me ask you guys this question. If the Steelers lose by 1 point or they lose by 40, are you going to care? Because I know I won't. If we lose by 1 point playing conservative football and then we lose by a point, or if we go for it and they blow us out, didn't we still lose? We're still not playing next week. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying be careless with the football, but there's a way that you can be aggressive without playing careless. And I think people equate that to mean the same thing, that, we're going to be ultra aggressive, which means we're careless. Well, no. There's no rule that says, well, because I'm aggressive with the football, that means that I have to be careless. It doesn't mean that. I know that's what Mike Tomlin wanted you to believe when he said throwing the football is more risky, but you don't have to put the ball in harm's way when you throw it. But you know what? Sometimes when you put the ball in harm's way when you throw it, your guy ends up with it, and it can be a big play. So that's my thing. Yes, Reginald Smith, we're there to win. And if we're there to win, then go win the game. Don't allow the game to come to you and then try to figure out how the game's going. No, go dictate the tempo. Go dictate the pace. Go dictate how the game is going to go. You are allowed to do that. You really are. You're allowed to decide how the pace is going to go. Go do that. Just don't sit back on your heels. We don't have to do that, man. We don't. And I think the quicker that we come to that realization, the better that we are going to be. But don't be surprised, like I mentioned to you guys, if you don't see Justin Fields early and often. Don't be surprised. Matter of fact, I welcome it. Don't be surprised. Be surprised if you see Minkah down near the line of scrimmage or the Steelers doing a lot more blitzing on rundowns to stop Derrick Henry before he gets going. Don't be surprised if you don't see a lot of that, people. So don't be surprised. So here, I appreciate you all being in here, man. We're going to sign off for now. Thank everybody for being in here. Remember, 15 minutes after the game, I know it'll be late. Go grab you a drink, and we're going to be right back in here. We're going to live stream the game tonight, so if you guys want to tune in and watch the game how I watch a game, how mad, excited, all the reactions, make sure you guys come in. I appreciate it. Make sure you sign up as a member, and if you haven't subscribed, make sure that you do. Appreciate you guys. Love you guys, and aloha.